Hello guys, and thank you for joining me. My name is HongDian, and today I wanted to show off another titanium EDC fountain pen that I have. There are no names or brands on this pen or the nib, so just to keep it simple, I will refer to it as the EDC TC4 number 2, since basically it's the second one I review. Yes, as you probably have guessed, the fountain pen is inside this little tin box that I have in front of me. As you can see by the size, it can easily fit in your hand. You can easily be carried around in the pocket of your jeans or your backpack. Very thin. You wouldn't guess it's a fountain pen in there. Opening the box will reveal the fountain pen. As you can see, quite small by the looks of it. And it comes with two cartridges with black ink as far as I tell, and both cartridges are branded Schneider. Be honest, I never used these before, so should be interesting. When you receive the fountain pen, it will not come anodized. Sorry about the noises. I personally anodized the pen using a propane blowtorch in order to test and see if the material is actually titanium as advertised. The fountain pen does come with a clip, but personally I have removed it since I prefer it without. However, if you decide to use it, it's actually a pretty good clip, solid, springy as it can be. However, be careful how you install it or remove it, because as you can see by the angle that it has, as you remove the top finial, this thing can spin around and possibly scratch your fountain pen. The analyzing process turned out to be actually quite fun, and I got pretty nice solid colors. When the fountain pen is capped, all you see is mostly the cap. Yes, from here to here, that's the actual cap. The body of or the barrel of the pen does come with glass breaker. Did not tested it. I assume it works. I had no rage and or need to break any glass. Fun fact, opening the finial or the top part of the pen, looks like camera has issues focusing on this as well. It will reveal the nib. So you can sort of use it like this if you really want to. Probably a little bit awkward because you'll have to keep it upright, but that's a fun fact. A lot of turns. And again, to remove the pen, you just twist it. And yes, it is this tiny. For quick notes, if you go by the small trick that I have, where you tuck the pen under your finger and you make it like an extension of your finger, it will work really nicely. Quick notes. This pointy thing, I don't feel it that bad. It doesn't really hurt me. So I can definitely use it like this for quick notes. However, for extended sessions, you can definitely post it. And you have a very nice sized fountain pen. And I'll be honest, it's actually quite well balanced. Almost in the middle. I will admit, this pen is kind of up there in my favorites list. I don't know how the nib will be. I have not inked yet, but based on what I found, it seems to be fairly smooth, at least the copy that I received, when you write normal. On the reverse, this copy seems to catches a little bit of paper, and that I don't like that well, so we might need a little bit of work and smoothing. Unfortunately, at least on my copy that I have, it does not say what size it is. It it just says Iridium Point, Germany. How true is that? I have no idea. Now, the fountain pen can be taken apart in quite a few pieces. Basically, like I've shown, you can remove the cap or the finial from the cap. The cap, it's one piece as well. And then you can remove the barrel. And between the barrel and the section, there is an O-ring. Of course, I lose the barrel. And the O-ring actually sits there pretty securely. It doesn't seem like it sits on the threads, which is very good. Then the nipple from the nib unit. And yes, this is a nib unit. It can be removed. Personally, I already added some silicone grease to it just to make it smoother. But you can also remove the nib by just literally sliding it out. I will reserve the the right for this review to replace the nib if it's too thick, because for the drawing that I have planned today, I need something that has a finer line. So I'll definitely do the test, the writing test, or whatever you may call that. It's not really a writing test, just smudging lines on the paper. I will replace it with this HongDian extra fine nib. I'm actually quite curious how it will look, because EDC, blackout nib, maybe they match, I don't know. Anyway, so I'll test out a nib, and if I don't like the lines that it does, I'll probably replace that for the drawing portion. Maybe not very fair on the review, but at least I'll definitely do the writing test with it. Oh yeah, and basically, I drop it again. As you can see, the barrel is very small, so there's not a lot of space to add an actual converter in there. So you will be reserved to only use these small cartridges. Unfortunate, but considering the design of the pen and what it is, it was built for that, right? Everyday carry fountain pen. One feature that hold on, before saying that, basically there's only one way this cap can go on, so you can't use it either or. You actually have to use the finial will only go on the threaded part that it's longer. The other part that it's a little bit shorter, as you can see from the image, will go on the barrel. Okay, so the feature that I really like about this fountain pen is that when you let it drop in the barrel, hopefully you can focus, there's a little bit of air cushion that damps the fall of the pen in the barrel. And it's kind of cool. It's like a slow motion. Yeah, threads are very nice, basically. So why, yeah, there are a lot of them, but one serious twist, it can be taken off and put it on again. Weight dimensions are in the description if you're interested about them. But overall, the pen, it's beautiful in hand, and I like it. Anyway, let's try and put some ink into it. So all you have to do is stick this thing into it, and hopefully ink will get into the nib very fast, or fast-ish. Okay, I'll skip this part until I get ink into the nib, and then I'll continue from there. Okay, I am back. Basically, I got the ink flowing, but I had to squeeze the converter a couple of times in order to get the ink flowing. And pay attention with this converter, because it kind of wiggles in there. You don't have the shoulders to support the converter as you usually do with other pens. So just be gentle with it when you do that. But once the ink flows, the nib it's actually quite smooth, the nib that it comes with. However, this is quite a medium line. So I'll probably, for the drawing session, I will switch to the extra fine nib. Reverse doesn't work very well. This nib, most probably, if you want to use it on reverse, at least the copy that I received, will require a little bit of work. Seems to skip a little bit on reverse. Normal use. So the nib it comes with, it's a decent nib. For writing, seems to work very well. Personally, I wouldn't use it for drawing unless I do something that requires a lot of blacking out. And the ink, I'll probably replace the ink myself. I'll use the one that I have in it right now for the drawing part, but it's not as dark as I would like it. But it should do the job for what I have planned today. As you can see from the image, I'm planning to draw a close-up on a head of a snake. This is again one of the images that I have taken a couple of years back from Toronto Zoo, I believe. I don't remember what. Or Reptilia. I think it was Reptilia. And if I remember correctly, this was a Cobra King. Beautiful snake. Yes, I do love snakes. Anyway, I'll get to it. Feel free to skip this part directly to conclusions, and I will see you there. In the meantime, I will switch to the extra fine nib, and I'll start drawing. Okay, I am back. Was This was a fun one. I enjoyed drawing it. Didn't turn out exactly how I wanted, like usual, but I'll take it. Not too bad. I introduced a little bit of color just to keep it in tone with the other drawing that I did with the other EDC fountain pen, and at the same time sort of matches a little bit with the pen. So what do I think about a pen? Actually, I really like it quite a lot, and especially after I replaced the nib with this one, with the HongDian extra fine. It's perfect match, I would say. That black nib really stands out on this body and the colors that I have on the pen. I definitely enjoyed it. I did cheat a little bit. I mean, I did the drawing of the snake using the extra fine nib, but then when I had to do the background, I switched back to the original nib. So I guess I did end up testing that nib as well, and I had no issue with the nib. It worked just fine. So whatever nib you might receive, it'll most probably be okay. Obviously, there's no guarantee, especially with Chinese no brand names nibs, but there is a chance. Now the fountain pen, I enjoy using it. I like the balance he had. I wasn't tired, and yeah, definitely top of my favorite fountain pens. Now, doing positive and negatives on this. Well, first of all, the big positive on this fountain pen, I guess it will be the price. For this fountain pen, as is shipped to my door, it was $26.88 Canadians. And that is titanium body. For that kind of price, hard to be upset about it, right? And at the same time, once you put that price in perspective, kind of hard to find a lot of negatives on this fountain pen. So yeah, take it as you may. If you find it for that price, hopefully it's not gonna start being more expensive. But if you can still find it for that price, I personally, yeah, definitely recommend to buy the fountain pen. Even if you have to replace the nib, I think it's still a good buy. Of course, obviously that's in my perspective, completely up to you and what do you want, right? So let's go through the positives. I would say it has a very good weight to it. I like it. It feels solid, and it is actual titanium as far as I can see. And as you can see, you can actually get pretty good colors out of it. Everything that I have on the pen right now, it's what I wanted, even though I did use a blowtorch to anodize it. It comes with a clip. It's a glued clip and is removable. I personally like the cleaner look without the clip, but if you want a clip, you can definitely use it. It's a good clip. Comes with removable nib unit, so you basically can use whatever you want. Either way, even if you wouldn't have the removable nib unit, you can definitely replace the actual nib like I did without any issues. The good part about the removable unit is that you can actually anodize it properly with either electricity or heat. And having that removable, it's extremely good. Another feature that I really like about this pen, it's like I demonstrated, the way the pen glides into the cap when you put the cap on. It's that air cushion makes it slide very nice and smooth. It's almost like in slow motion. Good threads. They're not terrible threads. They are squeaky, definitely, but they're solid and they work very well. I can't really complain about it. It's small, it's pocketable, and it's a great pen. Hard to say anything bad about it. And obviously, after you post it, it actually has a pretty good size as well. The bad things about it, I guess because of the size, you cannot have an actual converter, and that's for some people I know that might be an inconvenience. So you can only use cartridges. So if you want to use your own favorite inks with this pen, you'll have to save those cartridges and refill them with whatever ink you have. However, the cartridges with the ink that it came, they're not bad. They're actually nice. It's a nice black. And as you could see, I was able to actually use alcohol markers on top of it, and I have absolutely no smudges, which is a plus, I would say. And the other negative thing, I guess you do not get the best nib that you can buy, basically, but you can always replace it with your favorite nib if you want to. Now, compared to the other one that I had previously shown, which one would I recommend? Honestly, it's hard to choose one of them. I would say go with whatever you actually need. This is more pocketable. This has a window breaker at the end. I don't know how much you're actually gonna use it, to be honest. And at the same time, do you really want to shake that hard fountain pen? I mean, the cap will most probably fill up with ink, so I don't know how much you're gonna like that. They're both great pens. This is definitely cheaper, and it's still titanium. And if you are on a budget, yeah, definitely get this one. Compared with the other one has its own merits as well, I guess. It has a better nib. First of all, it comes with that Moonman nib. Balance-wise, they're kind of similar. Size-wise, once they're posted, they're kind of similar. The other one was a little bit more expensive, though. I don't remember the price from the top of my head. So it's really hard to recommend one above the other. What I would say is, if you need a small fountain pen and you're on a budget, buy this one. If you like the other one, the design of it, even though it's a little bit more expensive, maybe you will like that one. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my review. I hope you like the pen. And I'll see you next time. I wish you a beautiful day or night, wherever you are, and all the best. Bye.